Just when I thought my life would unravel from mediocrity, I took a stand. I stood up for a better life for myself and my children. Now, if truth be told, I thought that just making the hard decision was enough to succeed. Hey, I was braver than most people I knew. I quit my high-paying corporate management gig, I left a marriage that wasn't making my heart sing, and I took on the role of single mother and online entrepreneur with blind faith that I had what it takes to succeed. And that was true, to a certain extent at least. There is something in our DNA as successful women that makes us succeed, but sometimes the drive and the intelligence just isn't enough. And the online business world is one of those places you need more to make it. Now, don't get me wrong, some of these strategies seem logical and oh so simple, but without the right business model, systems and offerings, you can be left burnt out and frustrated. If you've been working in a traditional workplace, like most of us have, you would have been used to relying on the strength of established processes and procedures and other team members to get tasks done and cheerlead your success. Even if you hated your job, at least you didn't have to do every little thing in the business, down to even buying the stationery, come up with a strategy, as well as cross your fingers and hope next month was going to be better than the last. But since you started your own business, you've been questioning your every move, all the while drowning in a sea of overwhelm and creating offerings that have only made a trickle of an impact instead of the splash that you long for. As women in business, we have a why. We want to touch more lives, create real transformation for our clients as well as our own lives. I know for me, I built this business to help create real financial freedom for myself and my two girls, but I also want the kind of freedom, flexibility and income that's tough to master in the corporate world for other women, just like you. So I dreamt bigger, stepped into my fear and invested in myself to make this work. And I'm so very glad I did, because if I hadn't signed up for that very first coaching mastermind with Marie Forleo back in 2010, I certainly wouldn't be here talking to you today. I would have had to have gone back to corporate just so I could eat. Sure, my passion to create a business that helped women travel independently to India was a good idea, but unfortunately a good idea doesn't pay the bills. I lacked the online marketing know-how, the copywriting skills, and the tech understanding, as well as the fundamentals I needed to hit my income goals. That first mastermind gave me the knowledge as well as a whole new consulting business model that led me to 6 figures in revenue in my first year and a whole new level of web stardom I really didn't think could happen that fast. And the truth is, it wouldn't have happened if I didn't have the guidance from Marie and the support and friendship from my amazing mastermind sisters. I would have continued along unchecked and wondered why I couldn't get to my goals. Instead, I felt inspired and guided to understand what it was really going to take, what was holding me back, what I needed to dig deeper to master, and what it really took to make it online. Now that investment's paid me back several times over, because now my business hits $500,000 in revenue a year and is on track to bring in even more in 2014. It's still a constant evolution because this industry changes quickly, but without learning from someone further ahead, particularly early on in your business, you'll miss your blind spots and fail to take advantage of the tried and true shortcuts to success. You're already using measures to keep yourself from failing, being part of like-minded Facebook groups, taking lots of online courses, I'm sure. And look, these will keep you moving, but have they got you the big leap you really need? Most of us use our girlfriends and others in these online communities for accountability and inspiration. The problem is these girlfriends and others in the community often help us rationalize our poor choices, or they just don't understand online business. And the other women in those Facebook groups are great cheerleaders, but it's really hard to dig in and get vulnerable with women who don't really know you and your goals. And of course they'll always try and be polite because nobody wants to rain on your parade. But just imagine for a moment that you are surrounded by a group of like-minded women who are all holding your vision of your business and yourself. They're right there on a higher level, and all of you are led by a mentor and a coach who gives you the roadmap, the tools and validation to create massive transformation. So who are you surrounded by right now? Are you surrounded by people who are making it happen? Are you surrounded by women who are powerful, accountable, and getting the real results they're longing for? Are you surrounded by women who understand you and support you? This is a cliche, but it's true. There are studies done on children and who they're surrounded by and how that affects their future. So if you're still counting on the people in your life or your regular life or from your old paradigm, so to speak, how are you going to get any new results? That's what the Breakout Success Mastermind is all about. Surrounding yourself with brilliant women just like you who are committed to creating massive change in their business and life. Women who are successful are always learning, and they're investing not just their money, but also their time and their hearts into growing themselves. I find most women need a shift in their business model. They need to take consistent action, get over the fear of putting themselves out there, and get real about the value they provide in the world. They also need the nuts and bolts about creating a steady flow of traffic, converting high-value leads, and refining their business as they grow. Perhaps you can identify with Jessica. Jessica joined the Breakout Success Mastermind to understand how to build a healthy lifestyle coaching business to a level where she would leave her full-time job. Little did she know that we would turn her business model around to more than triple her revenue in the first 3 months and allow her to resign from her full-time job within 6 months. She now has a thriving business that speaks to her strengths and desires, not to mention the support of a team of women all as happy for her success as she is. Or maybe you're more like Tammy. You've created course content but are resisting getting it out there to your audience. The creative process really lights you up, but when it comes to actually launching, well, you're left paralysed. Now, some of this fear comes from the lack of knowledge of the details, and we go into all that in the mastermind, but mostly it's just fear, and you need the support and accountability of the mastermind to get you through it. If you're someone like Jack, perhaps, you may be at home with small kids, your successful and powerful career seems like a lifetime ago, and your confidence has taken a beating. Could you really be that good again, even though you have taken all that time off to raise your beautiful children? Well, Jack and I worked together in the mastermind to create a brand new online program that packages her expertise and meets a growing new segment in the market so that she's on track to bring in $4,000 a month from a completely passive online program. And then add to that her new passion project, which is philosophy-based marketing, that's going to let her lead and coach small groups of soulful women to business success. Every woman who enters the mastermind leaves transformed in some way, monetarily or personally. They're intertwined and maximised by the power of the group. Look, we all make bad decisions sometimes, and we all feel like we aren't enough too, but I know that you know better than to stay stuck there. I know that you're one smart cookie, you just need access to the right resources. This is your time and this is why you're here. You have what it takes. You've gotten yourself here, and I know it's time for you to be successful online. And since you're already switched on and driven, you already value the benefits of coaching, particularly in a carefully curated group that amplifies your results. So in the 6-month Breakout Success Mastermind, you're going to get an initial planning session to map out your plan for success for the next 6 months, weekly group accountability and Q&A calls. This is direct access to me and the opportunity to learn from the struggles and triumphs of your fellow members, an active Facebook group for questions, review, partnerships and support that I'll be in there helping and guiding as well. There's also 6 monthly one-on-one coaching sessions with me directly to dive into your specific blocks, opportunities and progress. There's also 2 3-day retreats where we come together for learning, sharing and true masterminding, not to forget fun and friendship too. You also get copy and sales page reviews, access to my little black book of online resources and my library of learnings, including my Facebook marketing programs, events and Breakout Success membership site. The women in the Breakout Success Mastermind will be game changers and leaders in their industry. Whether you're a health coach, a social media expert, a web designer or just an all-round maverick, you are the perfect game changer for this program. I'd love everyone to be part of this. But entrance is via invitation only. So if you've already been invited, then I can't wait to welcome you. And if we're yet to meet, then please click on the Apply Now button on this page. I can't wait to find out more about your story. Just joining Breakout Success Mastermind is a challenge. It's not easy to take the leap, and I really understand that. But every time you step up, the universe listens and understands that you are serious about your success, and so am I. So are you in? I hope so. Just click the Apply Now button if you want to have a session with me to see if it's a fit for you.